What's up guys, welcome to Veldora-kun. From our previous episodes, we have witnessed the introduction of the 10 great saints. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, we will put the links in the description below. You can watch in these videos what happened during the Walpurgis battle and the upcoming events. Just a quick warning, these videos contain spoilers from the light novel. Also, don't forget to join our Discord community. I welcome you to Veldora-kun subordinates, the link is in the description below. At the end of my video, I will introduce more about the server. See you there. So now in this video we will review what happened next, where the great saints will discuss their future plans on how to deal with the monsters. But before we will proceed, please like, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Now without further ado, let's proceed with the video. The opposing participants starts to exchange arguments with each other and afterwards, the United Conference is a step away from becoming a battlefield. Hinata calmed everyone down and said, "There is no time for infights now. Sire, if you wish to take my place, I'll hand it to you, but before I do it, I'll have to test your strength." Hinata's words silenced the conference room. Everyone knows what her words mean. Whoever continues to argue will be executed without question. Hinata is usually very calm, but now, even Sire knows that provoking her now would be dangerous, so he said this instead, "Don't you forget your own words." Sire glares at Hinata with an annoyed expression. He was once defeated by Hinata. Even when he knows he's better than Hinata, the result of their fight was a huge flop. Having experienced his last defeat, Sire won't dare to make a move now, and the reason why he obeys Hinata's orders for now. After Sire settles down, the United Conference can finally start. Riddis stands up and announces, "I have something to report." She was the one assigned to investigate the Jura Great Forest. She starts it with, "Jura Great Forest has been peaceful. It has not been affected by the revival of Veldora, which is confirmed by the merchants going in and out of the town. The Tempest Federation's locally produced healing potions are very popular, and people also want to purchase their silk products and other rare monster materials and equipments. That's why merchants often line up in the city to purchase the high-quality goods. Also, Veldora, who is known for causing chaos wherever he goes, shows no sign that he's up to such business. They have also learned that the government of Bloomend Kingdom has declared diplomatic relations with the Tempest Federation, and based on observations, the city guarantees personal safety for the civilians. Hinata asked, "Have you explored the location?" And Riddis replied, "Yes, I disguised myself as a merchant to visit the city. There were designated security personnel to maintain order in the streets. The level of development the monster town possesses has exceeded our expectations. And although it had a slightly concentrated magicule content, it wasn't enough to affect human body. It would seem they really do intend to be friendly to humans, just as Demon Lord Rimuru claims." Hinata nodded and said, "Is that so? What about Veldora?" And Riddis said, "About that, ma'am. It is forbidden to enter the sealed cave, and I'm not aware of any possible location for the evil dragon, so I wasn't able to find him." And that concludes Riddis Report. Now, it's time for the next report given by Reyes, which is the information Hinata wanted to know the most. King Edmalus of Pharmus has stepped down, and it seems that the crown has been transferred peacefully. But the new king, Edward, seems to be recruiting some powerful mercenaries, and the nobles seem to be doing similar things on their own as well. I think it is likely the foregoer of a civil war. The news of the birth of Demon Lord Rimuru has spread throughout of the Western nations. The Bloomend Kingdom, who has been communicating with Tempest Federation, seems to continue grow more prosperous. While the situation in Pharmus Kingdom seems to be getting chaotic and abnormal. Hinata concluded, "Then we can say that the new King Edward isn't considering paying the war compensations. No demon lord would tolerate such behavior, and I doubt Rimuru is dumb enough to not realize this." And Reyes asked, "Then does this mean that all of these are also part of Demon Lord Rimuru's plan?" And Hinata agrees, "I suppose." Hinata thinks to herself, who could be the person behind all this? There can only be one answer. Since Demon Lord Clayman, who was secretly active among the Western nations, have died, it leaves only one person to be the mastermind of such a scheme. The newly risen Demon Lord Rimuru. Afterwards, their discussions continued with the Eastern merchants, which Glenda assured that she will investigate more. Alright, everyone has finished their report. I assume everyone has been updated on the situation. And Sarah agrees, yes. The impact of the revival of Storm Dragon Veldora has been much less significant than we predicted. The only known casualties are the Pharmas army who engaged in the war. But I think that it was probably a fake rumor released by Demon Lord Rimuru. The actual casualty rate should be 0. Reynolds says, if that's the case, we will have to question the survivor, Archbishop Reheim, to know what really happened on that battlefield. Sarah agrees and says, that's why we should call him in. He should be arriving anytime now. Hinata ordered to summon Reheim because not only he's defeated in battle, he must have also seen Rimuru himself. And so, he's summoned to share his story and thoughts. Also, the dates of Veldora's revival and Pharmas army does not align since it's several days apart. That's why the factual testimony from survivor Reheim is required. Hinata announces, I have to inform you all beforehand, God Ruminas has given the divine order that Demon Lord Rimuru is capable of suppressing the storm dragon. For that reason, God said you shall not take on Demon Lord Rimuru no matter what. I hope everyone will keep that in mind. Which means they should stay low on this incident and must not confront the Demon Lord directly. Where some disagrees because they've long prepared if ever they would have to battle a Demon Lord. But to think of it, the Pharmas kingdom consists of head of court mages, Majin Raisin who can repeatedly reincarnate, the 3 otherworlders, and the now dead Knight Commander Fulgen. But they were still defeated by Demon Lord Rimuru despite such military. Also, according to Rumina's story, that Demon Lord Clayman was instantly killed by Rimuru. If the opponent right now is Demon Lord Rimuru, any of the 9 great saints other than Hinata would not stand a chance. If that's the case, they should then prevent unnecessary casualties. Reynolds added that the situation may grow more chaotic if they make a move without planning, since there's also the Storm Dragon, which concludes that the Tempest Federation has the aid of Veldora. The conference room quiets down when Grigori shouted, we should just do it. We can't allow our territories to just be taken over by the Demon Lord. Grigori's words represents everyone's thought at the scene. But with a cold expression, Hinata replies, the divine order of God cannot be defied. And Riddis talked back, how can it be? Are we to leave Pharmas kingdom to its own death? And Hinata defended, that's not the case, Riddis. We are ought to protect the people, not the higher-ups, and there may be an outbreak of civil war in that kingdom. Like our past experiences, they may refute again our requests to interfere with their internal affairs. And Hinata announces her final verdict by not letting the saints make a move on the monsters. She also said that she thinks Rimuru is trustworthy and that he truly is trying to avoid conflict with them. Hinata thinks to herself, if Rimuru had indeed tried his best to express sincerity, he would likely hold a grudge after Hinata completely ignored all of it. How can they listen to a monster when the doctrines are unquestionable? If Hinata really listened, it would probably lead to huge backlash that makes her a public enemy of Rubirio's. She explained, moreover, I was secretly informed that Rimuru was an enemy of my dear mentor. I was also manipulated by the Eastern merchants. They told me that a monster had disguised as a human and wishes to invade other countries. Also mentioned that this monster Rimuru was the one who murdered my teacher. That's why I went to execute him without hesitation. He was highly skillful during his escape. Now that he has become Demon Lord, he must have undergone evolution, so opposing him is not the wise move to take. And Reynolds asked, what should we do if Demon Lord Rimuru considers Hinata-sama as an enemy? And Hinata answers rather uncaringly, these are all my own judgment. I am actually planning to visit and talk to him in person while our relation is still undetermined. If necessary, I wouldn't mind kneeling to apologize. Where everyone is surprised and said it's too dangerous and reckless. And that maybe Demon Lord Rimuru is planning to eliminate Hinata. But Hinata believes there won't be any issue and that there have been reports that Rimuru is very kind and friendly to others. She thinks that she would be forgiven if she goes out her way to show sincerity and talk to him. Little did she know that her wish would not come true. Human greed intertwined with evil intents have tainted the situation, manipulated it far beyond Hinata's expectation. Things are beginning to take a turn for the worst. And that's it for my video. Like what I've mentioned during my introduction, I will introduce what we have in our server. The Veldora-kun subordinates server is themed after the anime Tensura, where you can find level roles, race evolutions, disaster ranks and economy. We also have different bots and some bots you can interact with. You will find out more on how cool the server is once you join. Today, I want to thank my members for the hard work they have done. Without them, the epic Veldora-kun subordinates server is not possible. Starting with the admins. Osiris and Publis. Thank you for managing and fixing the problems in the server, and for introducing new stuff to the server like rules and bots. Special mention to Osiris for always monitoring the server, for writing the rules and perks for each role, for the constant updates and much more. Next is my head moderators, Sayel and Shizu, who look after the moderators and help keep the chat alive and engage from time to time. Thanks to my moderators, Venom, No Life, Beretta, and Diablo for keeping the community safe and healthy. Thank you to my helpers, Ranga, and Almighty T who assist the other staff and members for the well-being of the server community. Lastly, thanks to my developers, Corster100 and Shizu for crafting great bots for the members to engage in the server. Again, thank you guys so much. Sorry I'm not that active with the server, and I hope you guys understand. That's all for today, thank you for watching my video. See you on my next upload.